Hi, Dwaine. Well bowled tonight. Just overall, would you say it's a sign of the inconsistency of where the side is at in terms of the development? Big win in Durham, and then obviously not going so well tonight. Would you say that's the side that's still developing, trying to find consistency?
Um, that's an interesting question. I think our batting unit has actually batted quite well over the last 5 to 6 ODIs. Even in the warm-up matches, I think the last 3 innings before this one, we reached over 300 every time. So obviously, I'm sure the batters are disappointed that they couldn't get us over the line today, but sometimes bad days do happen at the office. We can't let that influence our confidence going forward. So we've got a match to win on Sunday, and I'm sure the batters will put this performance at the back of their minds and make sure that they come back stronger next game.
Thanks, Ahir. Talford?
Thanks, Lucy. How's it going? I'm just well bowled, by the way, and well batted, of course. I'm just trying to say it's unusual that a team has to play a 29 over game, and I just wonder, particularly from a batting point of view, does that confuse players? Does it make it difficult? Nobody really knows how they need to pace themselves. It seemed we saw that with both teams tonight. Do you think that's fair to say?
I probably don't think so. I think all our players are very experienced. I don't think it was a difficult situation to sum up. I think we've got a lot of experience in the camp, and we've played really smart and brave cricket over the last few games. So maybe we just lost a few wickets. All our options when we wanted to take a risk didn't come off tonight, and we lost our wickets every time we tried to take that risk. Where England, whenever they took a risk, sometimes it went their way. So obviously cricket is an interesting game. If you don't perform, you look like you're not really sure what's going on, but I'm sure our team will bounce back strong and make sure we win the next game.
Thanks, Talford. We'll go Ken, and then we'll take one from the floor as well.
Thanks, Lucy. Pardon me. Hi, Dwaine. Well played tonight.
Thanks.
Dwaine, obviously, you guys in the first half of the innings, the bowling seemed to work pretty well, but you had a very different approach to what England used. When England bowled, the ball suddenly started swinging. Obviously, it's difficult to say that you guys should have tried to exploit swing as well. But is swing something that you feel the South African batting lineup is not as used to, that you guys, it was something a bit unexpected for the batsmen out there?
No, not at all. Actually, to the contrary, we've been preparing for exactly that situation. Actually, the whole time we've been here, we've done a lot of work against the swinging ball. So I think it's also the first game we've played under lights here, and that definitely did have an impact on if the ball swung or not. So next game will be a day game, so it'll be interesting to see how that wicket plays and if the swing will still be there. But yeah, no, we've prepared really well. It's just one of those days, I believe. Our batting unit is really on fire. I mean, if you look at the performances the last few games, they're batting really well. So I don't want this performance to go to their heads at all. They need to stay positive and let's go for the next game.
I just was wondering, it's obviously hard to take too much when these games are just coming so thick and fast. But I think Russie said after the match at Chester Street that you could kind of perhaps see the effect that all of these games were having on England, and that you guys seemed more up for it than they were. I was just wondering if you sensed anything different about them tonight.
It's difficult to speak to other people's energy levels and where their mindsets are at. I don't know if they were better or worse. It would seem that way tonight because they put the performance the previous game we did. So I mean, at the end of the day, I think we're all quite proud guys. We all play for our country, and we all want to bring as much energy as possible. So even though I think England has had a bit of a rough last month or so playing a lot of cricket, which is taxing, and it's not always easy to stand up with the same energy. But they brought it tonight, and they put in a solid performance, and yeah, they just made sure that we're not walking away with the series, and it's going to be a great game on Sunday.
When you're up against a batting unit that just keeps coming at you even after they lose a wicket, I mean, does that change your game? Do you feel more pressure as a bowler? How do you respond to that?
Well, obviously when guys come at you, it could be that, but you also, if they come at you, you've got opportunities to take wickets. And I think that is something we've really done well as a bowling unit over the last 2 matches. We've taken wickets, which obviously slows teams down. But yeah, they had two big overs in our innings, which probably shifted the game slightly more towards their favour. I think there was 2 overs of close to 20 or 20 odd runs. That makes a big difference in the game, and then we obviously need to match that, and we just couldn't do that tonight. But no, I mean, it's a great opportunity because you can take a lot of wickets when guys keep coming at you.
And so, do you feel like as a batting unit then you have to respond in a similar way? Do you feel like as a batting unit you're trying to replicate what England are doing?
No, so we've got our own blueprint, we've got our own way of playing the match. We want to play it smartly, and we want to still be brave in certain conditions and certain situations, but we don't try and match them. They play their game, we play our game, and we'll see whoever gets on top on Sunday.
Thanks, Dan. We'll look to round off Dwayne's press con. Firdous?
Hi, Dwaine. Dwaine, it was mentioned after the last game that similar to the T20s in India, where South Africa took the series lead and then kind of lost it as you went along, you didn't want to let go of it this time. What's the kind of scenario or issue around closing out series? Do you think that maybe you get to a point where you're ahead and then something is stopping the team from winning it from there? Or how do you see that sort of finale scenario for you guys?
I must be honest with you, I haven't given it a lot of thought. So to just answer it off the bat like that, no, I don't think it's a massive issue at the moment. The teams are allowed to play well, and I think England played well tonight. They definitely outskilled us. I don't think it's got anything to do with anything but that. And again, like I said, rub of the green went their way. Rassie getting caught off a very wide down leg ball. Janneman trying to take his option over mid-on, which is very strong hits the splice. Quirney trying to drive it, hits the splice. So obviously, I mean, it is what it is. A game of cricket doesn't always work out perfectly, and as a team, we're up for Sunday. And Sunday is a big match. Maybe you can ask me that question after Sunday.